Hello, Team DLZ. This is Chille DeCastro. Today is April 25th, 2024. I am an innocent man incarcerated at Clark County Detention Center. I am in the dungeon. The video of my wrongful arrest, the video of my wrongful persecution has been seen by millions of people. I am innocent and I am in jail. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate it. I've been in here now for almost 6 weeks. It's been a very difficult journey for me. I'm a people person. I love people. I'm an empath. I care about people. And so what I've done with my time in here was I mentioned about 2 years ago that I was going to create a board game called Constitutional Law Scholar. Well, guess what? I have created a board game called Constitutional Law Scholar. I have a little bit of the blanks to fill in, but I'm going to have the entire game on paper so I can translate it into cards, much like the Trivial Pursuit game of the 1980s and the 90s, that box of cards you got. But this is U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar, the board game. And it's played differently than just on a board. It's completely different than that. But I'm not going to go into too many details, but it is super exciting. If you ever wanted to learn the United States history or constitutional history, this thing that I've created is so interactive. It is so cool. If you're just a person who wants to learn history or play a history game, or if you're homeschooling your kids and you want to teach them history, if you are a school and you have a classroom full of students who want to learn history, if you're a bunch of 40-year-old dudes sitting around who want to learn history, I've created the most interactive, badass game you have ever seen. And this next week, I'll have a lot more knowledge because someone is sending me in the books that I requested. And so let me take that time just to take a segue here and say thank you. I've gotten your letters. I've gotten so many letters from John, from Joe, from Eric, from, oh man, I don't want to miss anybody's names, but I always do like people's names. And then you guys sent me books as well, but I don't know who the book comes from because it has to come from a publisher here in Vegas or it has to come from Amazon directly. You can't just send me a book from your house. So I don't know who sent me this book called Probable Cause, but I want to say thank you for that book. And I want to say thank you for you guys sending me tons of letters. I mean, I really appreciate it. You guys can put the address up there in the edit, but thank you so much for sending me letters. It brings my spirit up so much. However, I'm just so excited about this new game that has really sprang to life as I've been locked up in here because I have to spend my time doing something. I'm always a productive person. And so I spent my time creating this board game for you. And when I get out of here, I will have it completely done within 30 days. I'm going to make 1,000 copies and I'll have them out within 30 days from the time I'm released from this dungeon. And then other thing that I kind of wanted to briefly talk about here is Stockholm Syndrome. I want you guys to research, Google, look up Stockholm Syndrome because I am living it. I'm absolutely living it. I don't want to go into too much detail because I want you guys to research Stockholm Syndrome yourself, but because I'm such an empathic person, because I feel the plight and the pain of others, I put myself in other people's shoes to see how they see it, I'm definitely going through Stockholm Syndrome. I absolutely can't stand it. I hate it. But that's what's happening to me right now. I've also decided to change my diet while I'm in here because the food is absolute slop. It is horrifically bad. It is like the lowest grade of food ever. And so now I'm doing is just eating the vegetables on the tray. That's all I'm doing. A couple of you guys sent me iCare gift packages. There's a website called iCare Gifts. Thank you so much. I'm trading the food that you sent me through iCare Gifts to other people for bottled water because I can only order 3 bottles of water at a time. So that's what I'm doing with that. And, you know, I'm going through some stuff through the legal process here. There's some legal things going on. I will let Michael Eline tell you what's going on tonight on the channel when he goes live. I don't want to get into it too much because I don't want to give it too much credence, too much attention. You know, there's always people in the world who are going to be, you know, you guys can see it. There's people who celebrate me being in jail, even though I've committed no crime. I've hurt nobody. No restitution is due. No property is damaged. Nobody is hurt. Nobody's bleeding in the street. There's no babe weeping. There's no one crying they've been stolen money from. Nothing. I'm an innocent person in jail, but there's still people who celebrate that I'm in jail, which is just, it's just, you know, but that's not going to be me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to stop being a loving, caring, giving person. I'm going to continue to be who I am. And the best gift that I could have done for the world is created this game, U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar. When I go away and I'm on a graveyard somewhere and there's a headstone, they'll say, this man created U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar, the game, because I think this is going to be one of my greatest contributions to society that I've ever done, because it is the most interactive, fun way to learn history that you'll ever see in your entire life. You will never play a game that's more fun and more interactive that you can play with 7-year-old kids or 70-year-old men. It doesn't matter. I have been sitting here for a month and a half, and most of the time I'm walk down to a bed with a desk at it, and I just have my pen, my paper, and my brain. And I'm fortunate that I have a near photographic memory, because I memorized so many cases and so much of history and amendments and states and all these things, and I've been able to put it together in the most incredible way you've ever seen. It didn't take long, to be honest with you. I've had the concept in my head for a long time, but I hadn't just sat down and said, okay, what are the nuts and bolts of this, and how does this work? How do you learn history by playing a game and it's fun? How do I do that? And how do I make it so it's not too hard for people? Because that was a big one. How do I make a game where if I want you to know the 1883 case of Pace versus Alabama, if I want you to know that case, how do I present it to you in a way that you can learn Pace versus Alabama, and at the same time it's interactive and it's fun? And I figured that out. And so I'm giving you my word, within 30 days of me being the Lawz, I got to live through this first. There's lots of people who leave this dungeon fee first. So I have to live through this first. It's very real, and it's very scary. But optimistically, if I can have some optimism here for a moment, someone put a ray of sunshine on my face, please, because I have not seen the sun since March 17th, 2024. Not one beam of sunlight has hit my face since that day. So that really makes it, I've only been here a month and a week. Regardless, I've created something that I think is going to stand the test of time, because Trivial Pursuit was created, I think, in the late 80s, and that game is obviously dated. Nothing against it. I love playing that game, but they had current affairs, and they had science. Some of the science now has been debunked, and some of those current affairs they're just no longer relevant to our society. But U.S. Constitutional Law Scholar, this game I created, it'll be relevant for the rest of my life and the rest of yours, because history is not going to be changing. Remember, there was a bastardized version of history created by a guy named William Archibald Dunnan, who partnered with the Sisters of the Confederacy to write a whitewashed version of history. And I'm sorry that that's true, but it is. This is the unedited version of history where you truly learn. I'm talking the learning factor in this is 100 times. It is 10x, 10x, 10x. And to me, I feel like I've been able to take advantage of this horrific process I'm being put through, and I've been able to take my time and my brain and my ability and my knowledge and create a product that you guys will be able to have and play with, and I'm super stoked about it, you know? Look, obviously there's nonsense going on in the world. There's things I have to deal with legally that I shouldn't have to deal with, but I have to deal with them. And so I think we're creating another GoFundMe because I have to deal with this, and it's real. And so I don't want to give it too much credence, and I don't want to give it too much credit, and I don't want to sit and talk about it. And Michael Eline, I don't want you to sit and harp on this either. I want you to talk mostly about my upcoming case on May 1st, which is another obstruction charge in Las Vegas. Focus just on that, Mr. Eline. And let me say thank you to Michael Eline. He came and saw me again yesterday. And that guy he's a warrior for freedom, for liberty. If you guys have a case where someone got hit by a car or a car accident or any kind of case like that, hit up Michael, because he is doing, well, for me as a person, he's been a saint. He has been helping me. So, and to my team, there are people on my team, I'm not going to say their names, my friend in Cali, my friend in Pennsylvania, my friend in San Diego. There are people who have just helped me so much. My friend in Texas, my friend in New Jersey, my friend overseas. I have so many people who have helped me, and I just want to say thank you, because I'm taking the most advantage as I can of this time to be creative and to be productive. And for the letters you guys have sent me, every day I get letters. I get 3 to 6 letters every single day. And don't stop writing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You can send me to Jose DeCastro 1669561, CCDC, and then that's going to be P.O. Box 43059, Las Vegas, Nevada 89116. So thank you for sending me letters. They actually bring my spirit up and my soul up. I didn't think that just getting a letter with a few hand-scripted words on there. Some people just send me a letter and they say, "Hey, Chille, we love you, man, and we're thinking about you, and this is wrong, what's happened to you," and we don't stop. And that's the whole letter. Dude, thank you for sending that. Joe, I got your letter. John, I got your letter. I'm not going to remember everybody's name, especially when I'm just rattling for the daily update for April 25th. But I do want to say thank you for sending me letters. I really super appreciate it. My friend Alan, my friend David, my friend V, there's people, and you guys have put money on my books, and you put money on my phone, so I can always go to commissary and order something, and not everybody has that opportunity. There's people in here who don't have anything at all. They have nobody putting any money on their books, and you guys are actively doing that for me consistently, and I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you to you guys who have done this. And of course, I'm going to make some constitutional law scholar games available for people who are super low income. Because the game itself, I mean, it'll cost money to get it, but I will make some versions available. The exact same version as the one that's regular, and I'll make it available for low income people so that you guys can use the game as well and play the game. And that's all I can do is just keep doing what I do. And listen, I'm not walking around in here like, skateboarding through here and be like, yeah, this is great. When I talk to you guys on the phone and I give a daily update, I've got to pull my spirit up. I got to pull my attitude up. I got to pull my head up and say, you know what? I'm addressing the people, and these are the people who love me and support me and who are on Team DLC. And so I pull up my spirit and I say, you show them that you can't be broken. You guys saw me in court. That was after I was in the hole for 5 days. I told one of the guards last night, this is part of the Stockholm Syndrome I was telling you about. We had a conversation last night, and I said, I'm going to end this 23-hour day lockdown. Do you know that I don't remember my hearing? When I was brought before Judge Zimmerman for the second time for my appeal bond, I don't remember any of it, not a single word of it, because I had been put in 23-hour day lockdown. When they pulled me out of that lockdown after being in there for 5 days, I think I was crying before I even got halfway down the hallway, and I didn't even know why I was crying. I just knew I was scared, and I was tired of being locked in this tiny little room. And I don't remember any of it. My brain cells over that 5 days had shrunk. They don't give you a pencil. They don't give you a book, nothing. You just sit in this tiny, tiny cell. And then once in a while they throw a cellmate in there, and sometimes that cellmate makes it worse for you. It makes it a lot worse. So I was telling this guard last night, you guys have given me a new part of my mission, which is to end the 23-hour a day lockdown. Now, this is definitely hell where I'm at, but there's nothing like 23-hour a day lockdown. Nobody should be treated that way. Nobody should be treated that way. And I tell you what, I'm going to end it. And I'm going to do it with you, and we're going to do it together. There's no way a person who's in the dungeon for a misdemeanor charge, there's no reason.
You have 1 minute left.
There's no reason in the world they should be locked into a room for 23 hours a day, and we got to change it. So I'll try to end on a positive note. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. If you sent me an eye care gift or if you sent me a book, I don't know who you are. No name comes on it. So let me just say now, thank you. For your letters, thank you. For your support on my GoFundMe, there'll be another one tonight for the new charge I'm facing for obstructing justice May 1st. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I love you. We don't stop. I'll see you when I get out of here. Thank you again. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.